What is up, guys? Today we are talking about trunk handle. No, we're not. We're talking about Work, the ultimate gear of driving.
Is that what? Oh yeah, okay.
The ultimate gear of driving. Also one of the coolest license plate frames that you can get if you're like a JDM fanboy.
That's actually really true. Like, I'm not even lying. That's really true.
That's like, if I had Work wheels on a car right now, I'd be running a Work license plate frame.
It was really funny because like Caesar, one of the things he was really excited about was getting.
Oh, dude, when I got my first set of Emotions,
Yeah.
I got a Work license plate frame.
Yeah.
Like, I bought one from the Work website. I was like, I have to put this on my
And
car.
it has to be legit.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, our boy Caesar has got this dope bleep RCF.
I think we're past 15 seconds.
No, that's officially the nickname of the car.
Oh, okay,
but
cool.
we did another video in which we had applied the stickers to these Work Emotion ZR10s. These are 19 by 9.5 in the front plus 30, 19 by 10.5 in the rear plus 30. So pretty straightforward staggered setup as far as like width and offset is concerned. Consistent offset with a 1-inch stagger. I'll get into tire sizes in a second, but we just wanted to give you an initial look at how this is looking on the car. Obviously this RCF is super sick. Right now we're in the middle of a coilover install, so the ride height actually looks relatively consistent right now. We're still making some adjustments. Yep. But as of right now it is actually on coilovers, Silver's coilovers in the front and RSR lowering springs in the back. I think it's just the way that it's staged right now with the suspension not being set, because we were just raising the car and being like, oh, we gotta knock this video out real quick before we get to the rear suspension because we might lose daylight. So so let's talk about specs again. 19 by 9.5, 19 by 10.5 plus 30. So let's get into tire specs so you guys can take a look. So the rears, if I remember correctly, were a 285 35 19, 285 35 19, and I believe the front was a 265 35 or was it a 275 40? 275 40, right? Where are we at? 255 35 19. Yes. And I remember thinking to myself that I would have gone 10 mil wider on the front personally. But as you can see, it looks good. Now as far as fitment is concerned, if you're talking RCF or even RC350, because I think the fitment's going to be the same. I don't think the RCF is a wide body. I think it just has different bumpers, right?
I think so, yeah. So maybe fenders.
Maybe the fenders are wider in the front, but I don't think they are in the rear. But as you can see here, if we're talking fitment wise, I would call this spy car fitment, or like high-end Grand Touring, like aggressive.
I would just call it high-end Grand Touring.
Yeah, high-end Grand Touring like fitment, because as you can see, we don't have tire flush with fender here. I would call this 3 to 5 mil, but at the same time, when you stand directly over the fender, you do see wheel. So it is, I would consider it to be like a classy fitment, which is what, in my opinion, this car should have.
I agree.
Is classy fitment.
Yeah.
And so if you look at the back fender right here, you can see tire over wheel, or you can see tire when you stand over the fender, is what I mean. So let's get an idea from the back when we're standing right here.
It's kind of funny because sometimes that gets lost with a lot of setups people end up putting together.
Yeah.
You know, and don't get me wrong, like flush fitment's cool. There's a lot of different things that are really cool. But for like this type of vehicle, I think this is definitely like correct.
Yeah, and you know, to each their own. Like that's always the thing, right? Like if you wanna have an RCF and you wanna go, you know, hella flush, that's your prerogative.
Yeah.
If you want to have the beefiest time attack setup you possibly can, as far as like making your tires as thick as possible without rubbing, I would say this is your limit right here. Like, because
we are actually on full lock, the insides.
Yeah.
You can see it, which we might just grab if we remember to grab it quickly.
Yeah, we're rubbing fender just a little bit at full lock.
It's not fender. Like, it's the inner fender liner.
That's what I mean. Inner fender liner. Fender liner.
Yeah.
So They're on Falcon Azenas right now, but these are the FK510s. So if they were the RT615s or like a Toyo Proxy or something of that nature, like hyper aggressive, super beefy, thick sidewall, beefier, they would definitely fill out a little bit better. And I would say that wheel fitment wise for a tire like that, if that's the type of tire that you want to run, that would be, this would be your limit on width and offset. So, you know, if you wanted to run an 11 on the rear, you would have to bump up to a 36 offset. Or if you wanted to run a 10.5 in the front to match, although I don't know if I'd recommend it because of the way that it's rubbing the fender liner. Yeah. But if you wanted to run a 10.5-inch wide wheel up front, you would have to bump your 30 to a 42. But so keep those in mind.
To be fair about the fender liner thing, that rub spot was, it's a little bit more now, but it was rubbing with the OEM wheel and tire setup with the RSR springs.
True that.
Just to keep that in mind.
Yeah, so the OEM wheel and tire setup though, it did have a 15 mil space. That's true. But it was less aggressive than this. Yeah. On the math that I did. Yeah. So the old OEM wheel and tire setup, it was, I'll throw a quick little B-roll in so you guys can see, but basically it was about 5 mil, I think if I remember correctly, 5 mil less aggressive. Yeah. But it was pretty flush, like it looked good. It looked good. So overall, I would say that the fitment is really solid. Like this is what I would call like classy. It's just, I mean, it's just a classy look. Like we're starting to get some shade on the back wheel, but let's come around the other side. See if you guys can see the other side. So we're in the middle of our coilover install here, but you guys can see the other side as well. It looks pretty awesome. And as far as the color is concerned, the black, which if I remember correctly, I think it's called diamond cut or something like that.
Isn't that the lip?
They have a weird, yeah, the lip is diamond cut, but it's like a gloss. They have weird names. Like the bronze is not called bronze, it's called titanium. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, look it up real quick.
Work ultimate gear of confusion. So you guys can see the concavity. This is what would be considered mild concave on the front. Get another look at this side. This is mild concave on the front. And then this is deep concave in the rear, which looks great. I love the stagger concave that's going on with these wheels. So yeah, just to sum up, we're looking at 19.9.5 plus 30 front, 19.10.5 plus 30 rear, 255.35 19 front, 285.35 19 rear. Fitment is flush. If you really wanted to push it, I would say 3 to 5 mil slip-on spacer, but definitely not more than that if you're planning on running a meaty tire setup.
So it's either the black diamond cut lip or glim black diamond cut rim.
It's black because I think glim black is like the more matte. But okay. The HGLC, which is like the titanium, that's the bronze.
Yeah, titanium. It's called titanium diamond cut.
Yeah, which makes no sense because bronze is not titanium looking. So anyways,
whatever.
So that's gonna do it for our video on the Work Emotion ZR10s. So let us know what you guys think of these wheels finally on this RCF. Yeah, finally on the car. I think I can speak for both of us when I say sheesh.
Yeah, that's about accurate. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, with like the star, with the star emoji
for real.
And the echo effect. So it's like sheesh.
Okay.
Bussin' for real. Radio in 2043.
Bussin' radio.
Bussin' radio.
The most goated songs.
With beats that slap. That shit is so stupid. Oh, anyways, let us know what you guys think of the wheels. If you guys have any thoughts, comments, concerns, recommendations, ideas for modifications for the RCF, if you have an RCF or an RC350, anything of that sort, let us know in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you liked the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. We'll see you in the next one.
We appreciate you guys. And these super sick wheels.
Spy car. James Bond son.